celebrating springtime and the welcoming of the warm weather and the smiles and the sunshine and the family and the fun and all the things that we get to do outside with all the people that we love. It is the beginning of our block party. Yay! So I guess I should back up. My name is Gina. Welcome to the channel if you've never been here before, and welcome back if you are part of my block of friends. So I have a partner, Peach Lambert, and her and I teamed up together and we created a Facebook group called the Block of Friends. And in that group, we are inviting all of our friends and all of our friends' friends to join us, and we're going to do free sew-alongs, but we call them block parties. So we're going to do free block parties every couple of, probably 4 times a year with each season. So previously we did a Christmas one, we did a Thanksgiving one. So we're kicking off spring a little bit late, but you know, that's just the way that it works. So today I'm going to show you this new and beautiful pattern that Peach designed. It's called Fireworks, and it is so cute. It is one block that is repeated to make a beautiful red, white, and blue quilt, and you are going to love it. So in this video tutorial, I'm going to show you a quick and easy way to make 8 half square triangles with 2 pieces of fabric. It is so easy, and it is a huge time saver, and you're going to love it. So I've gone ahead and cut out my pieces for this block. I'm going to pop up how cute the quilt is, so check that out. Woo-hoo-hoo! Yay, Peach, you did such a beautiful job. So that pattern is free to you if you are in our Block of Friends Facebook group. So I linked it down below in the description box. Pop down there, click on the link, and then you can ask to be part of the group. We will approve you right away as long as you're not a robot. And then you can get the free pattern in the files section within the Facebook group. Once the sew along is complete, we will remove that and you can buy it at a low cost from Peach's website, which is quiltandbind.com. In this video, we're going to make one of the blocks from this beautiful picnic quilt. I'm going to show you how to do that, and then you're going to make the rest of them until you come up with your beautiful quilt. So this is a great pattern if you wanted to do a 2-color quilt. You could just do blue and white, you could just do red and white, you can add in, I'm doing red, white, and blue with a touch of pink, but this is a great pattern if you wanted to do greens and blues, or pink and teal, or there's a variety of different combinations that would look absolutely fantastic with this. Peach included that in the pattern. There's several suggestions that she gave with beautiful colors, and there's also a coloring sheet so you can kind of figure out what colors work best for you. But today, let's do red, white, and blue to celebrate 4th of July! Okay, so in this festive picnic quilt, I'm using these combination of colors. These are all Lori Holt fabrics, and these 2 are part of her, let's see. So these 2 are part of her shabby colors. They kind of look like grunge, so I'm using a red and blue, just traditional red and blue. And then this is a Christopher Thompson. It has some little tiny pins in the background. It's kind of a white on white. And then this is a blue with some little orange peels on her. This is another Lori Holt fabric, and I'm not sure, I don't think it has any of the selvage to tell you what it actually is. And then this one is actually from Lori Holt's Christmas. So I've just pulled things that I love from my fabric stash, and that is what I'm using for this one today. So if these fabrics are still available, I will link them down below in the description box. So what we're going to work on first, so I have our pieces cut out. They are all very simple cuts. So the pieces are cut out for the block here, and so what we're going to do is we're going to make our half square triangle. So I don't know if you can hear it, but we are in the middle of a crazy thunderstorm right now. So if you do hear it, I'm sorry. It's thunder crazy. All right, so I'm going to use a regular pen just so that you can see what we're doing here. I'm going to line up my ruler with the corner of the fabric here and the corner of the fabric here, and I'm going to make a line. And then I am putting a line from corner to corner on the white. And then what we are going to do is attach these pretty sides together, and then we are going to pin it so that it doesn't shift around. I'm going to use my little heart pins that I got from the Fat Quarter shop. Oh gosh, they're so cute. I'm not going to get them in the way of the seam so I don't run over them. So what we are going to do first is we are going to stitch 1/4 of an inch on this side of the line and then 1/4 of an inch on this side of the line. So we're going to be 1/4 of an inch away from the line on both sides. Then we're going to flip it and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to stitch right here all the way down and stitch right here all the way down. So when we get finished, we're going to have a line, a stitched line on both sides of all of the lines. So I'm just lining up my foot with the edge of the line and stitching. So I want to make sure that you can see it. So there's our line that we drew, and on either side there is a stitch line. So we stitched on both sides. So now we're going to take our pins out. Oh, I ran out of bobbin thread. So I'm just going to pull my wool mat over here and I'm going to show you. So I'm going to just press it so that it's nice and flat. And then we are going to cut it on this line and cut it on that line. Then what we're going to do is we're going to cut in the middle and then in the middle this way. So I'll show you. So what we're going to, and I'm on my little glow board so I can move it around. I'll move my machine out of the way a little bit. Okay, so we're going to cut it this way with the rotary cutter. We're cutting on the line. Now we're going to move it this way a little bit. Now we're going to move it back this way and we're going to cut right down the center. We're going to line the 4 up right there so that you're nice and square, and then the edge over here with the edge of the fabric so you're nice and square. Then where the 2 lines intersect, and then cut down the middle. Then we're going to spin our board, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to line up this line down here, this line over here, and then the center where the lines intersect. And now we have magical things that are happening here in the sewing room. All right. So we now have 8 half square triangles, and we are going to take them and press them. I always finger press first. We're going to finger press them over to the dark side, and then we're going to take it over to the iron. When I press multiples, I always just line them up in a line like this. That way I kind of continue to give the ones on the bottom a little press. So now we have these all perfect, and they should be just a little bit bigger. So according to our pattern that Peach wrote, we want to trim them down to 3 inches. So I'll put a little diagram at the end of the video with some measurements of what your 2 squares need to be in the beginning to get you the least amount of waste. I should have cut it down just a little bit more. But that's okay, because I do always like to include mistakes on my channel where I'm working so that I can prevent you from making them. So I'm just lining up my 3 line and my 3 line, and then I'm lining up this center line with my seam line, and then I'm trimming off the edges. Okay, so now we're going to take our fabric D. These are our 4 corners. And those are going to go in our 4 corners like so. We're going to have a half square triangle that way and that way. And then one of our B fabrics there. So now our next row is going to be this, an A. Then we have our E's, then another A, and then a half square triangle going that direction. Then we need a B, which is this one. Then we need 2 of our white ones, or our E's. And then we need a red in the middle. This beautiful one there. So make sure if you're using a stripe and you want them to go the same direction, make sure you're aware of that. I don't usually care, but all right, now we need a half square triangle there and a half square triangle right there. Then this one's gonna go there and there. These are gonna go in the corners. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. And then I cut an extra one. Look how cute. Okay, so now what we can do is we can sew them in rows. We can sew them this way or that way. And normally what I do is I just take all of these and then I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna take this one, flip it over and put it on top of the one next to it. Then I'm gonna start sewing this one. Then this one. And I'm leaving the thread in between the 2 of them so it keeps all of them together. Take the next row. And then this bottom. Now, come back over here and we'll open all these up and then we'll take this next one, flip it over, this one, flip it over, this one, so on. And then you can take a pin and pin it. We're gonna have to rearrange it. Now, we'll go back over here, move this out of the way just a little. I'm pinned to myself. Okay, so now we're gonna take our top pieces, then this next one. All right, now we are ready for this one. When I'm not on camera, I don't necessarily sew like this. I usually have the extension table right here and I don't really have enough space to do all of that, so I'm not putting that extension table here. And normally it makes it easier to kind of not have to rearrange things for every row. But now we're gonna take this and open all these up. And now we're gonna do these here. And then just make sure that you check, since we've moved this around, this one's not facing the right direction. We want it to go this way. So let's make sure this one is. That's perfect. So now we wanna put this here and then we will go ahead, since we're making sure, we'll go ahead and pin. And I did do a video recently on pin cushions using little tiny 3-inch blocks that we made with the Socialites Sew Along hosted by the Fat Quarter Shop. We made little pin cushions. So if you're interested in learning how to do that, you can check that out. I have a previous video. Now let's move this row over here out of our way. It is a lot easier when you have the extension table. I can see that some of my seams are not perfect, so, but that's okay. And we're just doing the best we can when we're on camera. Now let's move this back over. And then we're gonna put this guy here, this one here, and then let's make sure it's going the right way. And it is. So we're gonna do that one there. Let's pin these while we're going. Then we have this one. We wanna make sure it's going the correct direction. And then our bottom corner. All right. All right, so now we can take these pins out and we have our block almost done. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take them and we're going to flip it over, and we are going to press our seams all going this way and then that way and then this way and then that way and then this way. That way when we fold them over, they will nest. Okay, so I just took it to the iron and then I pressed these this way and these this way and then this way, that way, and this way. So now what we can do is we can just take our first 2 rows and we can feel that that it's nesting, and then we can just pin and pin here again. All right, so now we can go ahead and sew this top row, and then we're gonna do the same thing for the rest of all the rows. All right, so now that top one is done. So now we can flip these. Same thing should happen. It should nest really nicely. Ta-da! Yay! It looks so pretty. Okay, so let's press it. And you can press them open or you can press them over to one side. I will probably press mine in the center and then out in the edges. That way if I do all of them the same, it will be easier to put all my blocks together in the end. All right, so we're gonna just do a final press. Yay! It looks so pretty. I love it. So if you're gonna make the full pattern, Peach has it written to have sashing. So in between each block, there will be a G fabric that's cut for your sashing. And then if you want to do the D as the cornerstones, that will make it look just like the pattern that she has. You could also just do 4 blocks. If you wanted to just have a table runner, you could make 1 block, 2 blocks, just do 4 blocks and have your sashing and your cornerstones in there. You could also follow along with one of the previous videos that I made showing how you can do your flange binding if you wanted to do a fun flange. Because you're going to be sitting at the table or, you know, eating food that's set on the table and you'll see it, it'll be up close. And so it's a fun little add-in that makes it kind of have a little pop. Yay! So look how pretty our block is. It was so much fun. It was very easy because the pattern was written so well by our friend Peach. And you can access this pattern right now for free if you join our Facebook group called The Block of Friends. Peach and I created that group, and we would love to join you to come and be part of our little block. We're gonna have block parties again soon. I have another video coming very soon. It is really, really cute, and if you have a dog, you're gonna really love it. So if you don't have a dog, you're also gonna really love it because I have an alternative. Make sure you come join our Facebook group called The Block of Friends. The link's down below. Make this beautiful pattern and make sure you tag Peach and I so we can see it. Thanks a bunch for watching. Have a great day.